Okay, I just finished Rosslyn Chapel, so you guys can all see it. I was just finished being inside the chapel for probably the last. I was in there probably for over an hour, and it's just incredible inside. Carvings everywhere, but you can't take any pictures at all, and they obviously watch you good. But I went down into the vaults, and what's interesting is, in the vaults, they're totally old and cryptic. I honed in on not one, 7 pentagrams or pentacles carved into the walls. Really small, but carved into the walls, 7 distinct locations. Not one person in probably 25 other people came down, found the pentacles. And it was really strange. It was like as if I just walked straight to them, like, and just traced every one with my finger. And like nobody was noticing, and it was really strange. And so actually I pointed it out to one guy. I think he was Italian, and he kind of got spooked out, weird by it. But he was funny because I think he was doing something too, because he was tracing steps from one corner to the other, and then his girlfriend would talk, and I didn't understand. It's Italian, and he would be like shh, and like as if she was saying something that was going to embarrass him. It was really funny. And so I think he was kind of doing his own little Templar mystery of his own. But again, what I gotta say was, I sat through the curator talking about the Templar itself, and all I can say is horseshit. There's so much pagan symbology inside this temple that it easily equals or actually outweighs the Christian symbology. And she kept trying to debunk this and that, Templar this, Templar that. You know, and not once did she mention the 7 pentagrams or pentacles that were on down inside the crypt. But she also said the crypt they know is older than the chapel. So, what I point out is, I waited and I listened to what she had to say and whatever, and then I mentioned it to these 2 guys. I think they might have been French or something like that. So they went down to the crypts and they found some of the pentacles also. And then they on their own came up and talked to the lady, and I was standing beside her at the time. And it was only after they mentioned to her that about the pentagrams did she bother to actually mention it and say, oh yeah, yes, they're there, but yes, we believe that, the basement is older than the building, and there was probably Templars down there that maybe were doing their thing and all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. And it was like, so she totally didn't deny it, but she distinctly didn't make a point of it, and she distinctly tried to kind of like debunk the pagan aspect and influence the Christian aspect of the chapel. Now, what is interesting is, if this was built by Masons, if this is something to do with the Templars, I've studied Templars hugely, and I know a lot about Masons. And the conspiracy is with the Templars. Templars, actually part of Templar ritual is to actually deny Christ as the Son of God. They don't deny Christ as a prophet, but they deny Christ as a Son of God. And they believe that, and so, in my opinion, I've always believed that Templars were pagans. They were a type of, they call it the mystery faith. And if you get deeper into this, a lot of people think that Jesus might have actually been a disciple of the mystery faith. And, when you've only got Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, like 4 books in the New Testament, but yet now we know that there's not 4 Gospels, there's like 17 Gospels because of the Dead Sea Scrolls that all talk about Jesus. But of course, those stories don't match up with the way the church wants you to believe. So, yeah, I mean, amazing. That's all I can say. I'm going to leave it at that. I wish I could take more pictures, but this place is just covered in scaffolding and workers. And so I don't know what they're going to turn it into, like, when they're finished, but I mean, it looks pretty extensive. I think it's actually the team working on this is the same team that worked on the Sistine Chapel. I'm not sure. Okay. I got to pee really bad, actually. Okay.